What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with a brand new review for Tyler Perry's Sistas on BET Highs. So this is season 6, episode number 12, you guys. So this episode is titled Daydreams. Before we get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Sistas, shall we? All right, you guys, so this episode, we open up where the mid-season finale ended. You guys remember Karen went up to Andy's office, saw Fatima, took out her piece, and pow! So Fatima, right? Well, from what we saw when it opened up, Fatima was laying on the ground and she had been shot, right? But it was just a daydream. It was all a figment of Karen's imagination, right? Karen has lost her mind officially, right? So they're talking and, they're trying to figure out what is Karen doing there. So Karen came there basically to start some ish with Zach and Fatima. And it's like, oh my God, lady, you are out of your mind, right? So Zach came out to break it up. And so, Karen asked Zach and Fatima, did you guys see the results? And Fatima, they both said yes, right? So Fatima then apologized to Karen because she was like, I came up to your apartment and I shouldn't have done that, right? She said, but, I had a plan when I came over there. And Karen was like, I bet. And Fatima was like, yeah, my plan was to come over there and talk to you like a civilized person, talk to you woman to woman, right? But it didn't go that way because you started throwing out the bitches at me. And so that is what happened, right? So then at one point, Karen, she was like, wait a minute. Y'all just doing this because you don't want me to come after his money. And I'm going to come after everything that he got because what I deserve and what this baby deserves. Karen, I don't believe this baby is real. Even if it is real, I sincerely doubt that it's Zach's. Like, I sincerely doubt it's Zach's. But, we're going to oblige Karen, right? We're going to give her delusional ass whatever she wants, right? So Zach and Fatima ended up walking away, right? And so Andy told Karen, like, come with me. And Karen's like, I'm not going nowhere with you. And you got to pick. Like, it's either me or it's her. And Andy was like, but I don't want to pick because you're my friend and she's my friend. And Karen was like, well, if you don't pick me, then it's her. I was like, oh my God, there's literally something wrong with this dumbass woman. Like, you guys know how I feel about Karen. You guys know that Karen really irritates me and irks my spirit. Like, something serious. Like, I don't know. I don't like, you guys know how I feel about this character, that I don't like the way that Tyler writes her. I think the way that he writes her is like so stereotypical and I just don't get it. So after that, we see Pam and Aaron. So they came up to the office. I was like, oh my God, what are they doing here? Well, they followed Karen and Karen was like, did y'all follow me? And I was like, obviously so. So I say, you know something that I've noticed when I edit my videos? I say so a lot and then I pause. But the thing is, they came up there. Karen eventually left, right? And then Pam and Aaron was still there. So Pam asked him, like, do y'all think that smoke damaged her brain? I was like, it could have. But I think that Karen's just, like I said, delusional as hell. At one point, Aaron wanted to have a conversation with Andy, right? And so he told Andy that, he believes that maybe the reason why she's acting this way is because of the baby. I was like, Karen is 5 minutes pregnant. Let's not put the pregnancy hormones on her already. Karen ain't even showing. So let's not do the pregnancy hormones, but it is what it is, right? So then Aaron lets Aaron lets Andy know that he is the father of the baby and not Zach, right? And the reason why he says that is because he saw the test results, and Andy was like, how did you see the test results? Did Karen show you? He said, no, she didn't. She's like, well, how did you see it? She says, wait a minute. The person that you know at the hospital. He's like, no, it wasn't them. I was like, yes, it was. But let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. Next up, you guys move over to Maurice, Sabrina, and Calvin. So you guys remember the last time we saw on them that Maurice was down at the jail, right? And he was getting ready to confess to the DA and to Logan about his involvement in the bank robbery with Q and with his guys, right? And Tyler, you took verbatim what I said in one of my reviews, and I was like, wow, that's exactly what I said, but we're going to get into it in just a minute, right? So Sabrina and Calvin are sitting out there, and Sabrina is a nervous wreck. She's called the attorney that Bayo has hired, and, you know, and Calvin says, well, do you think that what Maurice said is true? And Sabrina is still being oblivious. I'm like, girl, you saw the reaction that Bayo had when he realized that, you know, Maurice was gay. So you saw it. So I don't know why you're living in La La Land. I don't know if it's because the man gave you the money for Maurice. I don't know if it's because the man, you know, hired the attorney for you. But you're living in La La Land. So over with Maurice and the, you know, the DA and with Logan, right? They're asking him, you know, who were the people that were involved. We all know Maurice doesn't know this, and you know, he doesn't know who they were. He doesn't know anything. And I was just thinking to myself, like, if y'all don't realize that this man knows nothing, he's being facetious, like, you have nothing when it comes down to it. So the what's his name? The DA. The DA was like, wait a minute, so you don't know any of the people that were involved with this? He says, no, I just worked with Q. So he said, you don't have any names? He says, no. So Logan over here is getting pissed off talking about Maurice is lying. I'm like, obviously so, he's lying, but you're too stupid to realize that he's lying to protect Sabrina. He's lying and saying that this is something that he did because he didn't do it and he don't know shit about this. So the DA was like telling Logan, calm down real quick. And so the DA said, you know what? Let's go outside and talk. So the DA and Logan went outside to talk. And when they went outside to talk, the DA told him he's lying. He don't know anything. He says, they didn't do this. And Logan was like, yes, they did. The DA was like, you have no proof. Like I said before, you guys, like I said a few minutes ago, Tyler took what I said verbatim. You don't have anything against these people. Any good lawyer can clearly poke holes into this. There's so much reasonable doubt with this shit right here. Nothing but a reasonable doubt. And then he said that recording that you have of Q, it's nothing. Like he says, if you want me to go after them, give me something solid. He said, you're trying to make Captain, aren't you? And he's like, that's not what it is. Yes, that is. Because anybody with clear eyes, anybody with, you know, good eyes that work, that's not blind, can see that this is BS. There's nothing, you have absolutely nothing when it comes down to this, right? So he's like, they definitely did it. They definitely did. I was like, they definitely did not do it. So the DA was like, where is Q? He said, he's at work. He says, bring Q down here. I was like, about time. But then I also thought to myself, how is Q even a credible witness when Q is a criminal his damn self? Like, what are we literally gonna listen to? Like, how do you put Q on a witness stand with a record that he has? It doesn't make any sense to me, but you know what? This is Tyler's world. We just living in it, ain't we? So yeah, let's go ahead and move on here, guys. Now, back over to Andy's office. Andy called Danny to tell her, like, hey, Karen was just here, and you know she went off on Zach and Fatima, telling them that she coming for everything that Zach got. And so Danny was like, so wait, that means that Zach is the father, right? She's like, oh, let me call Sabrina and tell her that I won the bet. And, Andy was like, I would kind of pause on that one. She was like, why? She says, because Aaron also came up here and told me that he's the father and he saw the results. And Danny was like, say what now? So Andy also told her that, with Karen is acting completely different. So they need to go over to Karen's place. And Danny was like, girl, you can go over there. And if you do go over there, wear the full armor of God. I was like, wear the full armor of God. Have, the Army National Guard on duty, because there is something delusionally wrong with that lady. The woman is completely delusional. So have the Army, have the armor of God, have the SWAT team, have whoever, the National Guard, have them all. Because Karen is on some other shit. After that, Aaron told her that, like I said, she's going over to her place. She told her, you and Sabrina need to come over. And Danny was like, oh shit, like, I don't want to do that. I was like, Danny, I don't blame your girlfriend. I legit did not blame her. Then we see Maurice, right? So Maurice was let go from the precinct. And Logan, once again, he's telling Sabrina and Maurice, I know that you two did it. I'm going to prove that you did it. I'm coming for both of you. I was like, you have nothing, sir. You put all of your eggs in the basket of Quincy Delaney. You literally trusted Quincy Q? Okay, like, I'm just going to be like, really, Logan? Again, if Q did not have a record, I would understand it. But Q has a record. Why did you feel like he was trustworthy? Why do you even, like, if you take this to trial, how is he going to be your witness when, again, a good attorney can bring up his record and say, this is not a credible witness. This is not credible. Look at his record. He's done this, he's done that, he's done this, he's done that. Like, never mind. Never the mind. Never the mind. So, after that, Maurice asked Sabrina, did the lawyer come down, right? And she says, no. He says, I'm not surprised because your new friend over there is homophobic. Once again, Sabrina doesn't want to accept that Bayo is homophobic. I was like, girl, the writings are on the wall. Thou shalt not hate. But thou is a hater. Let's pause here and move forward, you guys. Next up, you guys, Gary and Hayden. Two people I don't care to see. So, Hayden is still down in the dumps about Tamara. I don't care about either one of these two. So, we're going to kind of breeze through this. Gary is, talking to Hayden. Hayden tells Gary how lonely he was until he met Tamara. And Gary is like, but you need to get that marriage annulled, right? And Hayden was like, but she wanted to wait 6 months. And Gary was like, if you wait 6 months, you have to go through with a divorce and you didn't sign a prenup. So I was like, oh, wait, so this is all about his money, right? Okay. And I was thinking to myself, why not get a postnup? Like, ain't nobody mentioned nothing about a postnup, but that's neither here nor there. I really don't give a damn. Again, you guys know how I feel about Gary and Hayden. Speaking of Gary went over to Andy's office because he knows that Andy is on the dating apps. I was like, oh, sweet Jesus. And he said, I saw you on the dating apps. She said, well, if you saw me on the dating apps, that must mean that you're on the dating apps as well. I was like, gotcha. So Gary's like, well, I have my friend, he owns the app, and, he's had a lot of lawsuits. And so I don't think you should go out on a date with those guys. I was like, Gary, nobody can be as scary as you are. Like, you are just as dangerous as any of those strangers on that app. You have done a lot of things to Andy. Like, and I've spelled them out so many times. So, Gary, get the hell out of the office and go straight to hell. Like, I just really want Gary to go to hell because he really was irking my nerves. So Fatima came into the office, and Fatima was me, just as annoyed to see Gary, and was like, oh, Gary, will you go away? She was like, Gary, what the hell are you doing here? It was like, I'm here for Hayden. And she says, well, you can go. Like, go find Hayden. He's somewhere around here. Go. Even Andy asked him a question like, what are you doing here? He says, I'm here for Hayden. His office is somewhere around here. Go look for Hayden outside of my office. After that, it was just Andy and Fatima in the office, and they were talking about these test results that Karen has, right? And I think a lot of us have said this about Karen. She had Aaron's DNA, but she doesn't have Zach's DNA. So the test that Fatima was looking at, she was like, "Is something off with it?" So on the test, it says Aaron isn't the father, but then it says Zach is. It doesn't say anything about Zach because she doesn't have Zach's DNA. So I was like, so she went by, a deduction, I guess. She only slept with two men, so it's got to be Zach's. But then Andy told her that, she talked to Aaron, and Aaron said that he know for a fact it's his baby because he saw the results. And they were both like, it's got to be that person he knows, which that's a HIPAA violation. And why would, I know some of these characters are stupid, but damn, that's just really plumb stupid. If you got a friend who lets you see the results and you put your friend's license and job at jeopardy to one up Zach, I guess. Child, I ain't got time for none of this shit, but let's pause. Let's keep going, you guys. Actually, no, let's pause here and move forward. So we move over to Danny. So Danny is at work, getting ready to leave work, and then this weird ass guy comes up to her. His name is Duncan, and I really want Tyler to explain to me what was the purpose of this scene. This scene was nothing. All this Duncan dude managed to do was make himself look like a creep because he was telling Danny he knows what kind of music she likes. He knows that she likes to smoke. He told her that, when she be on the phone with her girlfriends, he hears the conversation because she talks loud. So he knows her friends, Andy, Sabrina, and Karen, right? He asked her to go to a bar with him for a drink. She says, absolutely not. She says, I'm dating someone. He says, Preston. I was like, oh my God, sir. That is ear hustling. That is weird that you know this woman's business. And granted, like I said, he said she talks loud. And she said that, they park right beside each other. They come in together. They come in to work at the same time. Sir, what the y'all go into work at the same time? Because I'm going to point out to y'all what he said. That's fine. Y'all show up to work at the same time. Y'all leave at the same time. That's, I guess, okay as well. But y'all go to lunch at the same time as well. That's a little on the weird side, sir. And then you hear her conversations, and then you come up to her and tell her what her conversations are. Sir, I would have maced the fuck out of you. I would have maced the hell out of that man. If I had mace, pepper spray, taser, I would have lit his world up. Like, I would have lit him up like a Christmas tree. Because then he was like, well, I'm going to go to this bar at 10 o'clock. And I was like, Danny didn't say it, but I said it. You'll be sitting there, sir. Like, I'm not coming. I don't know you. Like, Danny, I hope Danny has learned her lesson, right? I hope she learned her lesson with that loser Noah. Was that his name? I really forgot that man's name. Don't really care what that man's name was, but Jonah. I hope you learned your lesson from Jonah, because this dude looked like he's worse than Jonah. Run for the hills. So after that, Fatima, we see Fatima, she got home to Zach, right? And when she got home to Zach was still, she was talking about eating, but Zach didn't really feel like eating because he's more so worried about the little boy that's with Heather, right? And then Fatima was like, well, if you want to go over there, we can go over there. He says, for real? She said, yeah. He said, Fatima, you got to promise me that when we get over there, you're not going to fight Heather. She's like, I promise. He says, no. I need you to promise to me that you're not going to fight Heather. She says, I won't fight Heather tonight. So they leave. And then after that, this is where we end the episode with Bayo and Sabrina. You guys, this scene right here, I told Sabrina, girl, I told you that Bayo gave you that money. and it had a price tag on it. So Bayo came over to her crib, right? And Sabrina was, Sabrina's getting ready to leave to go over to Karen's crib. And he was like, can I take you out tonight? So he came over to ask her, can I take you out tonight, right? And she was like, nah, I don't think that we should go out. He was like, why? She was like, my friend Maurice, she was like, he, do you have an issue with him? He was like, yeah, I don't like him. She's like, you don't like him because he's gay? He said, no, I just don't like him because I don't like him. I was like, no, you don't like him because he is gay. Now, you might be from an African country, and that's fine. We know that homosexuality is illegal in, all African countries. But here's the thing. It still happens. There are still gay people in Africa. I'm letting you know that right here, right now. They just have to do things on a low. But hey, it is what it is. I just really wish he would have said, yeah, because, you don't know Maurice to have an issue with him, so make it make sense, sir. That's right, it doesn't. So after that, Sabrina is talking to him. She was like, yeah, I don't think this is going to work. But she does thank him for, everything that he did. He was like, ho, 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 ho. Pump the brakes, sister girl. I was like, what's going on here? He said, well, guess what, Sabrina girl? The money that I gave you for your friend and the attorney, it comes with stipulations because in my country, I was like, sir, we're not in your country. We're in the good old US of A. So if she didn't sign a contract with you, what you talking about is some bullshit and it ain't legally binding, right? So in his country, if he does something for a woman, it kind of sounds like, if he does something for a woman, then possession is 9/10 the law, right? Like he owns her. So at this point, he wants Sabrina to sleep with him, and she wants Sabrina to marry him and be one of his wives. I was like, Sabrina, clock this fool upside the head and walk out your motherfucking door. Actually, scratch that. Tell this fool, get out your apartment. Sir, say, what now? I ain't signed no damn contract, and sir, fuck you. How about that? How about that? Like, no. Sabrina was a lot nicer than I would ever be to Bayo. Get the hell out of my apartment, sir. Nigga, I ain't signed no goddamn contract with you to be a part of your harem of hoes. Sir, get by. Get the fuck by. Goodbye, sir. Like, get out of my face with that dumb shit. But that's the episode, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about Sistas. And we will discuss it in the comment section below. You guys subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video. And until next time, stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.